Welcome into Millard South Media. We're going to have pregame coming up very soon. Real quick, I want to run through some of the other scores today. A lot of good girls basketball. Let's just start it off with D1, first game today. Pender gets it done against Southern Valley, 39-25. Pender, back-to-back state title winners. Now let's take it to C1. Our first game we covered today, Lincoln Christian gets it done against Sydney in a low-scoring ball game, 38-26. Then arguably the best game we've seen in some time, Elkhorn North inches out Omaha Skutt Catholic 49-47. And then what we just saw for Class C2, we saw that Utah got it done against Crofton 55-36. And Utah wins it. So in about 6 or so minutes, we'll get a tip-off here. But we're going to start pregame coverage coming up in about 5. So once that ticker on your screen hits 5 minutes, we'll get ready for pregame. And welcome into Pinnacle Bank Arena for the Pinnacle event, Class A girls state title. Bellevue West, the 3 seed, taking on the number 1 seed, Millard West. And, man, what a phenomenal game this is going to be. Before we get into the game, we start giving some predictions, some keys. Real quick, I want to thank you all for tuning in throughout the day. We covered Class C1, Class B, and then we just covered Class C2. So thank you for tuning in all day long. Can't wait to cap it off here with the best game of all, Class A. And real quick, I want to give you a reminder, we will be doing this again next week for the boys state tournament, not only the state title games on Saturday, but also some semifinals on Friday. So watch out for that here on Millard South Media. Again, my name is Wilson Dittman. I'm joined alongside my partner, as always, Mason Steinhoff. And Mason, how are you today?
I'm doing good, Wilson. Doing real good.
Yeah, so let's just talk about this game here real quick. Starting off with the number 1 seed, the Millard West Wildcats, and really the storyline when you watch this team are their twins on the team, Nora and Neely Gessert. About as good as it gets when it comes to high school girls basketball players. I mean, they're shooting all over the court from three-point land. They can hit it wherever you want them to. But they also have a lot of bigs on this team, whether that's Kaylee Pavin, whether that's Callie Ott, and they also about as good defensively as they are offensively, Mason.
Yeah, Millard West has only been in this spot a few times in the history of their program. But this season they have outmatched plenty of their opponents all season long, and they're looking to put that cherry on top tonight. For Bellevue West, they've won 3 championships in program history. And really it's just going to be, will they show Millard West who has more of the history? Or will the Wildcats stand on business and get the job done? An exciting one in store for sure, Wilson.
Yeah, you mentioned it right there. So Millard West has never won a state title in girls basketball. They've made it to the title a couple games, but never actually won it. And we talk about Bellevue West. They've won it 3 times, but it hasn't been since 2010, so a little bit of a drought. And they're trying to get back in the win column and get back on top of Class A tonight to knock off Millard West. So going to talk about Millard West a little bit, we talked about Millard West, now Bellevue West. They're led by a star player, Naomi White, current Grand Canyon commit, and one of those players that does everything for this team. She's averaging about 20 points per game, but does well defensively as well. And you see they also have a lot of bigs on this team, whether that's the freshman Taylor Wharton, whether that's Bellevue commit Danny Coyer. They have a lot of talented players as well for the Bellevue West Thunderbirds. So we have about 2 or so minutes until tip-off. They're going to announce the starting lineups. So we're going to have that here on Millard South Media. Obviously, it'll be an audio broadcast, but you'll see us at halftime again here on the face cam. So, again, stick around also for the halftime post-game shows here on Millard South Media. But again, 2 or so minutes. You see it on the screen right now. They will announce the starting lineups, but it's going to be a phenomenal game, and there's no other way to cap things off than with Class A. So we'll see you then, folks. So welcome into Pinnacle Bank Arena for the girls Class A basketball state title game. They're doing a light show right now. They've done it for state wrestling in the past. Now they're doing it for state basketball. Electric. Everybody's having a good time here. A decent crowd here at Pinnacle Bank Arena. Again, this is the finale. Class A. There is Class D2 after all this, but Millard South Media, unfortunately, has to head back over to Omaha after this game. But here we go. They're going to start announcing both teams. They're going to start off with Bellevue West. They'll announce their bench. Then they will announce Millard West bench, and then we'll get to the starters. Bellevue West, they'll begin with. They're the number 3 seed in this tournament. They knocked off number 2 Lincoln Southwest last night in a close ball game. Again, they are wearing all purple tonight as the away team. Quick student section check. About 4 rows deep. Not bad, but you'd expect a little bit better for a girls' state title game. Looks like it's a jersey theme for Bellevue West, so well done. Now over to Millard West. Their girls are wearing the all whites today as the home team. A blackout for their student section, reminiscent of when Millard South did that last year when they won the state title for girls. And their student section, to say the least, a lot better than Bellevue West is. They're about, I'd estimate, about 9 rows deep. So nice job there by Millard West representing their girls. So right now they're running through the lineup for Bellevue West. They're running through the bench players, giving them their love. Again, this is a Bellevue West team that has only won 3 state titles coming in the 2000s. Last one was 2010. and trying to get back to dominance. This is a very senior-heavy team. It kind of feels like it's now or never for Bellevue West. They will have to reset. So they announced the Bellevue West bench. Now they will get to Millard West's bench. I don't expect to see too much bench action today. There's going to be about 6 players on the who are getting playing time for both teams. I know Millard West only likes to play about 6 players. Same thing with Bellevue West. They like to play their seniors the best of the best. Checking on the crowd. Millard West, pretty solid crowd. Again, their fans, their students showed up. Again, Bellevue West a little thinner, but still really good. Something that I was shocked to see today. I mean, some of the C2 schools, C1 schools, they brought more people than what we're seeing right now. So that's small town representation. So now they will go through the bench, and now let's start it off with the starting lineup for the Bellevue West Thunderbirds. Starting off with a 5'8" senior, Annika Russell-Brown. Now number 1, Maya McVeigh. Now Kenzie Melcher, the Northwest Missouri State commit. Now we have Naomi White. And rounding out the lineup, number 55, Danny Coyer. So that will be your starting lineup tonight for the Bellevue West T-Birds. They are coached by Dane Bacon. So that is your lineup for the T-Birds. Annika Russell-Brown, Kenzie Melcher, Naomi White, Danny Coyer, and Mia McVeigh. Now let's get it going for Millard West. The same starting lineup we've seen from the Wildcats all year long. Starting off with number 21, the Simpson commit, Taylor Hansen. Now off to number 23, Neely Gessert. Now her sister up next, number 30, Nora Gessert. 35 up next, Callie Ott. And last but not least, rounding out the lineup, 42, Kaylee Pavin. Here we go, folks. Both teams getting ready to shake hands, and after that, it's going to be time for tip-off. So the players and coaches meet at the timeline to shake hands and get ready to play some basketball with everything on the line. The first time Millard West has played in the state title game since 2016. Bellevue West first time since 2014. Here we go. Both teams huddling up on the court, the starting lineup, getting ready to go. Great atmosphere all day today here at Pinnacle Bank Arena. Now it's time to capitalize with the finale, with the Pinnacle events. Here we go. So once again, Millard West in the all-white today as the home team. Bellevue West, however, in their all-purple. Kaylee Pavin will do tip-off duties for the Wildcats. Danny Coyer for the T-Birds. Here we go, getting ready for the tip-off. They throw it up. Pavin wins it, but the T-Birds get under it. And let's get started for basketball. Class A state title here at Pinnacle Bank Arena. They started off with Kenzie Melcher on the wing. She gives over to Annika Russell-Brown. Now to the left wing, that's Mia McVeigh. Mia McVeigh now gives us Naomi White. She's driving inside, puts up a right-handed layup off the glass, no good. Gets her own rebound and puts it up for a second chance bucket. Naomi White already getting going.
Nice example of an aggressive play. That's how you want to start basketball games.
Now Nora Gessert's turn for Millard West. Has on the left wing, now kicking the corner, that's Taylor Hansen. Driving baselines, picks up her dribble, gives it right back over to Nora. Nora, again, once again on the left wing, picks up her dribble. Trying to find somebody to pass to, gives it back over to Taylor Hansen. Now trying to feed Pavin inside, puts up a left-handed layup, gets her own rebound. Second chance, blocked, rebound T-Birds. And there's going to be a foul on the floor on Millard West. So once again, a good start for Bellevue West. And one of our keys for them was to dominate the glass. It should be noted, Millard West has started slow in both of their games here in the state tournament, but have went on considerable runs ending the first half. Hopefully for Bellevue West fans, it doesn't happen again today. So Bellevue West brings it across the timeline. Melcher with it. Gives it over to McVeigh on the left wing. Now trying to feed Coyer inside. A little bit of a high pass, and it goes out of bounds. So Millard West catches a break. The Millard West Wildcats, coached by Mark Kruger, and they're looking for their first state title ever. Nora Gessert brings it across the timeline, guarded closely by Melcher. Working on her on the wing. Now gives it over to her sister, Neely. Neely at the top of the key, trying to drive inside. Back over to Nora. Nora Gessert trying to work off of a screen. Again, once again at the top of the key. Now feeds a wide open woman in the corner. No good. Hanson comes down with the board for Millard West. Second chance up and in. Millard West responds and gets a bucket. Bellevue West trying to go quick. Annika Russell-Brown. Mid-range J, no good. Rebound by Nora Gessert. Gessert will bring it across the timeline. 2-2 ball game. Just getting underway here at Pinnacle Bank Arena. Feeds Ott at the top of the key. Pass up a good look from three. Now Nora takes one. No good. Ott comes down the board. Second chance for Millard West. No good as well. No foul on the floor. Taylor Hanson, another board for Millard West, and there's going to be a foul called. She put that one right back up. It was swatted away. But they're going to say she was fouled. So Taylor Hanson will go to the line for 2 free throws. First free throw for Hanson, no good. Second one for Hanson is in. So 3-2 ball game early. Wildcats with their first lead today. Bellevue West will bring it across the timeline. Annika Russell-Brown gives it over to Naomi White. There at the top of the key. Working on Nora Gessert. Now gives it over to Melcher. Melcher feeds a wide open woman in the corner. She's going to drive inside baseline. Scoop layup, no good. Rebound by Millard West. Callie Ott has trouble with the ball. T-Birds get under it. Second chance now for Bellevue West. Trying to take advantage. They find Coyer wide open through on the wing. Bang! Danny Coyer gives the T-Birds their lead back. Millard West trying to take advantage. They put up a three on the wing, no good. Rebounded by Bellevue West. Bellevue West will bring it across the timeline up by 2 points. Naomi White, mid-range J, got it! That was a deep mid-range right around that left wing, and Naomi White drills it. Hot start right now for the T-Birds. Nora Gessert has it on the Husker logo. Millard West is going left to right. Nora Gessert now driving inside, loses the basketball, and it'll go out on what they say is a T-Bird.
She wanted to draw the foul there as well. Couldn't quite do so, but they do retain possession.
So the inbound to Hanson. Millard West has it. Neely Gessert at the top of the key. Gives it over to her sister Nora. Pull up Jay, no good. Rebound Danny Coyer of the T-Birds. Annika Russell-Brown feeds Melcher on the left wing. She'll drive inside. Has a lane. Puts up a right-handed layup off the glass, and it's true. Bellevue West up 6 points early. Nora Gessert feeds Kalia on the right wing. Being guarded by Danny Coyer. Now gives it over to Neely Gessert. Neely Gessert passes up a good look from three, now being guarded closely. Feeds it over to Hanson. She's trying to work inside. Now back over to Nora Gessert. Three-pointer on the way. No good. Rebounded by Naomi White. T-Birds trying to push the pace here. McVeigh has it in the corner. Now gives it over to White on the Husker logo. She'll reset. Gives over now to Annika Russell-Brown on the right wing. 9-3 ball game. 4 minutes left to go here in the first quarter. Annika Russell-Brown gives it over to Melcher. Melcher trying to drive inside. Left-handed layup. Blocked away. That was Neely Gessert who got a hand on it. And now she's the one who bring it down the floor for the Wildcats. Has on the left wing. Now gives over to her sister Nora. Nora Feeds Pavin in the corner. Throws it all the way to the top of the key. 3-point on the way. Got it. Millard West responds. Hansen and Pavin with 2 triples here to start off this ball game. Annika Russell-Brown now feeds Melcher in the corner. Back over to McVeigh at the top of the key. Jab stepping. Has a good look. Doesn't take it. Now trying to feed Coyer. Coyer backing down a woman. Now throws it over to White at the 3-point line. Mid-range, long J. No good. Rebound by McVeigh. Second chance now for the T-Birds. Annika Russell-Brown driving inside. Crossover. Ball is loose. Taken away by Millard West. Fast break. Taylor Hansen on a 2-on-2. Feeds Gessert. 3-point on the way. No good. Rattles away. But they're going to say it's off of a T-Bird. Naomi White just lost it. Went right in her lap and couldn't get her hands corralled under it. So Millard West, despite missing that 3-pointer, catches a break. Fast-paced start to this ball game. That's going to force a media timeout. Millard West trails 6-9 over Bellevue West. And again, looking at the stats right now, Millard West only shooting 18% from the field, 16% from three-point land, and that's been the difference. But you've got to think, even despite the fact they're shooting so poorly, they're still in this ball game. You got to think when they do start shooting at a high clip, they're going to start to take this lead. On the Bellevue West, they're shooting 44% from the field. Only have shot 1 3-pointer, and of course, it went in for Danny Coyer. Millard West is one of the last 7 from their field goals. So again, media timeout, 2 minutes, 39 seconds officially here at Pinnacle Bank Arena. Both teams only with 1 foul here in this first quarter, so nobody really stressing that at all. So both teams starting to retake the floor. Millard West to inbound, down by 3. They'll give it over to Hansen on the right wing. Starts to dribble, brings it over to the top of the key, now throws over to Gessert on the other wing. She'll give it over to her sister, Neely. Being guarded closely by McVeigh. McVeigh almost pokes it free. Now White takes over. Nice active hands by Mia McVeigh. Mia McVeigh now has it on the corner, gives it over to Annika Russell-Brown. Back over to McVeigh. Now White passes up a 3-pointer. Throws over to Brown. Good ball movement as we've seen throughout today. Mia McVeigh now has the right corner. Puts up a mid-range J air ball. Air ball by Mia McVeigh. Neely Gessert now. Feeds Pavin inside. No good. Gets her own rebound. Second chance, and she's fouled on the way up. So Kaylee Pavin will go to the line for 2 free throws for Millard West. Millard West down by 3 is a chance to cut down this deficit. First one up and good for Kaylee Pavin. Kaylee Pavin, only a sophomore, but has been very valuable for this Millard West team. What's that? 6 foot tall. Second one up and good for Kaylee Pavin. She's been reliable all year, averaging around 70% from the charity stripe. Now time for the T-Birds, up by 1. Annika Russell-Brown at the top of the key, directing the offense. Now gives over to Naomi White. She puts up a 3-pointer. No good. Did not even hit the rim. Gessert bring it across the timeline. Working her way into the paint. Now puts up a mid-range shot. No good. Millard West fighting for their own board, and they get under it. Second chance now for the Wildcats. They go right back over to Nora Gessert. Gessert guarded closely by McVeigh. Gets it over to her sister Neely. Neely on the left wing. Driving inside, left-handed scoop layup. Too easy for Neely Gessert, and Millard West retakes the lead. Naomi White now trying to respond for her T-Birds. Gives it over to Melcher. Now Mia McVeigh. She pulls the trigger on a three-pointer. Bang! Mia McVeigh responds. Bellevue West back in the lead. So under a minute left to go here in this first quarter. Bellevue West up 2 points. Nora Gessert gives over to Callie Ott. Now trying to feed Neely Gessert inside. She makes a good move and puts up a layup up and in. All tied up at 12. There's about a 2 seconds difference between shot clock and game clock. You've got to think the T-Birds might just hold to get one last look. All knotted up at 12. Bellevue West going right to left here on the Pinnacle Bank floor. Annika Russell-Brown holding at the top of the key. Now trying to feed Wharton inside. And there is a foul on Millard West. Just basically threw a lob pass up to her, and Bellevue West caught some contact. So again, neither team really in foul trouble. 12 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. Bellevue West going to inbound under their own basket. Now shot clock is officially off. They give it over McVeigh in the corner, and she traveled. Mia McVeigh traveled when she got the basketball. Worst case scenario there in that possession for Bellevue West. Now with 11 seconds left to go here in the first quarter, Millard West going to have a chance to get a bucket to get the lead. Here we go. Nora Gessert brings it across the timeline. Poked free by Melcher. Melcher brings it across the timeline. 2 seconds. Long three-pointer. No good off the back part of the iron. Oh, man, that was close by Kenzie Melcher. And she's made a couple nice plays defensively, forcing steals. But this is all tied up at 12 apiece. Millard West, Bellevue West does not get much better than this. Again, my name is Wilson Dittman, your play-by-play. Joined alongside my partner, as always, Mason Steinhoff. And Mason, what did you see out there throughout that first quarter?
Well, Millard West kind of early on, they were struggling to make shots. I think their defense is what kept them in the game. And Bellevue West had a couple of nice pairs of threes there, a couple threes. I just have a feeling this is going to be a very entertaining game.
Absolutely. I mean, it's going to go down the wire, that's for sure. When we talk about Millard West, about as talented as it gets for a Class A squad, but they have struggled as of recent. And when we look at Bellevue West, they have won 14 straight since these two met up in January, and Millard West won that first matchup 74-62. Again, ever since then, Bellevue West has been on a heater, has not lost. And then we talk about Millard West. Only one loss this year, 26-1 is their record, but they have struggled, especially in this state tournament. When we talk about Neely Gessert, she injured her hand in the Holiday tournament. Ever since then, she hasn't been the same. Again, really playing injured right now. It's when Nora Gessert, her sister, picked up a little bit of the slack. You also see Kaylee Pavin, who's increased a lot of her play since January. She's played great. So after the break, in between quarters, we're getting ready for the second quarter now. Again, all knotted up at 12 apiece. Nora Gessert bringing it across the timeline on the Husker logo. Millard West going left to right. They'll go over to Callie Ott on the left wing. Good ball moving around the perimeter. Trying to feed her sister Neely inside. There's going to be a foul on the floor. That'll go on the T-Birds. That'll go on Mia McVeigh, her first personal foul. Again, neither team's really in any trouble. Quick inbound pass, and Kaylee Pavin makes them pay on the layup off the glass. Millard West back in control, 14-12. Annika Russell-Brown gives it over to Naomi White. Finds a wide open Mia McVeigh in the corner. She pulls the trigger on a three. No good. Rattles away. Rebounded by Nora Gessert. She gives it over to Callie Ott. Callie Ott driving inside on Coyer. Kicks it over to Taylor Hansen. Taylor Hansen will reset. And Bellevue West is moving around the perimeter. Now Neely Gessert, three-point on the wing. No good. Rebounded by Naomi White. Naomi White has been slow here to start off this ball game. The points per game leader for Bellevue West, averaging about 18 a game. Now Annika Russell-Brown, three-pointer, no good. Naomi White with the board. Second chance for Bellevue West, no good. And this is rebounded by the Wildcats. Nora Gessert on the Husker logo, gives over to Callie on the right wing. Now feeds Kaylee Pavin in the right corner. Trying to feed Hansen inside, a little back and forth action. Right back over to Pavin. Tough layup, no good, but she's fouled on the way down. Kaylee Pavin with a top left-handed scoop layup. But again, catches some contact. She'll go right back to the line. Kaylee Pavin, 2 for 2 from the line today, averaging 67% on the season. And looking at her stats, 11 points per game, 7 rebounds per game. She's doing it in all categories.
So Millard West trying to take advantage of their trips to the line here.
Absolutely.
They've made 3, and Bellevue West has yet to make a free throw in this game.
So first free throw, no good for Kaylee Pavin. Now second one on the way, up and in. 3-point lead now for Millard West. T-Birds trying to get right back in it with a bucket on this possession. Annika Russell-Brown gives it over to Naomi White, guarded closely by Neely Gessert. Now Mia McVeigh, three-pointer in the corner. Got it! Mia McVeigh connects once again.
It's a perfectly executed play on offense there.
Nora Gessert over to her sister Neely. Right at the top of the key, guarded closely by McVeigh. Trying to work her way inside. Taken away by Bellevue West. Naomi White will push the pace on a fast break. A 1-on-2. Tough layup. No good. Rebounded by Nora Gessert. 6 minutes left to go here in the first half. Nora Gessert gives it over to Pavin. 3-point on top of the key. Rattles no good. Rebounded by Danny Coyer. Both teams trading opportunities to take the lead. Melcher now. Gives over to Danny Coyer. 3-pointer on the way. Got it! Danny Coyer once again from 3-point land. She connects. Now it's time for Millard West to get that lead right back if they want to do so. They give it over to Callie Ott. Now Taylor Hansen on the right wing. She'll pick up her dribble, back over to Callie Ott. Callie Ott trying to work her way inside. Good defense by Danny Coyer. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Nora Gessert, pull up J, no good. And Bellevue West comes down with the board. Naomi White gives over to Danny Coyer. Now Annika Russell-Brown being double teamed, has to feed it over to Mia McVeigh. Good ball movement. Now Mackenzie Melcher. They have a mismatch inside of Danny Coyer. Let's see if they give it to her. Naomi Brown will completely reset. 15 seconds left to go on the shot clock. Plenty of time. Now she'll drive inside. Good feed over to Mia McVeigh. Pass up a 3. Now Danny Coyer at the top of the key. Drives inside. Right-handed layup. Got it and one. Danny Coyer has come alive here in the second quarter for Bellevue West. About as good as it gets. You hit back-to-back threes and now an and one for the center. Danny Coyer.
A force to be reckoned with for sure.
So now Danny Coyer will go to the line for a free throw, up and in. Swoosh. 4 minutes 44 left to go here in this first half. Bellevue West already with a 6-point lead, trying to knock off the number 1 seed Millard West. Nora Gessert brings across the timeline, feeds Taylor Hansen out the top of the key. Gives it over to Neely Gessert. She'll try to drive inside. Good defense by the T-Birds, feeding Callie Ott on the post. Now throws it all the way back to the 3-point line. Good ball movement. Callie Ott right back with it. Left-handed scoop layup, no good. Second chance for Taylor Hansen. Kicks it off. 3-pointer now, no good. Rattles home. Another chance for Millard West. And finally, after 2 offensive boards, Neely Gessert says, thank you very much. I'm going to take that and put it in. So after all that, Millard West with 2 points, but Bellevue West still in the lead by 4. There will be a timeout on the floor. Believe it is a Bellevue West timeout. It is a full timeout. We'll keep it right here at Millard South Media. So real quick, let's give you some score updates around the Class A girls games today, starting off with D1. Our very own Pender Dragons, Millard South Media favorite Pender Dragons. They got it done. Another state title for them, 39-25 over Southern Valley. And let's jump to Class B here real quick. Really great game. Went down to the buzzer. Elkhorn North with their 4th straight state title, 49-47 over Scott. But let's take it back to this game. 21-17 is your score. Bellevue West in the lead. Danny Coyer is the scoring leader right now for the T-Birds with 9 points. 2 3-pointers and 1 and 1. When we look at Millard West, however, they have yet to get Nora Gessert involved. 0 for 5 from the field. Her sister Neely, however, 3 for 5. And really the difference is the efficiency from the three-point line. Bellevue West shooting over 50% from three-point land. Millard West only 10%. Here we go. Both teams retake the floor. Bellevue West will bring it across the timeline. 4 minutes left to go here in the first half. Annika Russell-Brown over to Naomi White at the top of the key. Now Mia McVeigh in the left corner. Trying to feed Danny Coyer inside. Nice cut in. It's up and in. Danny Coyer taking advantage. And man, oh man, she's already up to double digits. 11 points here in this first half.
And you got to give her a lot of credit. A great reason for why Bellevue West has the lead.
Hansen. Tough pass over to Payman. Somehow stays with Millard West. She throws it in bounds. Ball is free now. And after all that, Bellevue West takes over. Annika Russell-Brown brings it across the midline. Feeds over to Mackenzie Melcher. Now Mia McVeigh in the left corner. Pass up a three, feeding the hot hand Danny Coyer. Tough pass. There's going to be a foul on the floor on Kaylee Payman. And Payman is stunned. That'll be her second. Nobody really in foul trouble for either team. Kaylee Payman, the only one with 2 on both. So Bellevue West to inbound under their own hoop. They give it to Mackenzie Melcher on the left wing. Now Naomi Brown, good look from 3, takes it up and in. Naomi Brown with a 3-point bomb. And Bellevue West with their biggest lead today, 9 points. Millard West needs to respond. Neely Gessert driving inside, picks up her dribble, looking for somebody to kick it out to on the free throw line. Now Taylor Hansen. Back over to Payman. Backdoor cut to Hansen. She's fouled before she puts a shot up. And really the storyline not only has been Millard West's inefficiency from the field, it's been Bellevue West defense. They've been all over. They're doing a good job containing the Twins, which is one of our keys to the game. So Nora Gessert will inbound over to Taylor Hansen on the right wing. Trying to feed her sister, but it'll go off of a T-bird, and once again, Millard West will inbound. Nora Gessert throws it over to Ott at the top of the key. Now back over to Nora Gessert. Nora Gessert, step back, doesn't take the 3. Now working inside, gives it over to Hansen. Hansen trying to work inside, loses the ball. Ott gets under it, now loses it again, and finally Bellevue West. My goodness, there's been some turnovers in this game for Millard West, already 5. Mia McVeigh, 3-pointer on the way, got it! Mia McVeigh has lit fire! In Bellevue West with a 12-point lead over the number 1 seed Millard West Wildcats. Wow. Now we thought there might be some jitters from Millard West as a team that's not very experienced in the state tournament, let alone a state title game. Bellevue West, not very experienced in a state title game, but they've been in the tournament for years and years. And right now they look like the more experienced team. They look like the more senior-led team, which they are.
The state championship game, it's just a totally different environment than any other tournament game you'd play.
Absolutely.
Everything matters.
It's really just been a difference of efficiencies. When we talk about Bellevue West shooting 50% from the field, they're 6 for 9 from three-point land. We look at Millard West, 27% from the field, only 10% from 3 points. That's the difference in this ball game, let alone the fact that Bellevue West 3 turnovers, Millard West already with 6. So Bellevue West on an 8-0 run over the last minute and a half, 17-2 run over the last 4 minutes. Again, Millard West led a little bit ago, was not that long. And then Bellevue West just came right back, now on a 17-2 run. Millard West trying to respond after their own timeout. Nora Gessert brings across the timeline. Poked free from a T-bird, but it'll stay with Millard West. 3-pointer on the way for Neely. Gessert up and in. The poked pass went right over to a Wildcat. She said, thank you very much. 3-pointer up and in. 29-20. Annika Russell-Brown working on the right wing. Now feeding Danny Coyer inside. Mismatch, but she misses the post move. So Danny Coyer with her first miss today. Wildcats trying to go quick. They feed Neely Gessert on the left wing. No good. Board is up, and Millard West gets under for a second chance. Taylor Hansen resets. Gives it over to Neely Gessert, who's been the hot hand. At the top of the key, guarded by Naomi White. Good defense by White. Forces her back over to the logo. Now Neely Gessert, three-pointer, got it! Neely Gessert with just an inch of separation. Hits a three-pointer, and she's up to 12 points.
The Gessert twins are hungry right now. Feed them the basketball if you want to get back into this game.
So what was a good defensive drive there from Naomi White. One lapse in a three-pointer. Naomi White now takes a three-pointer of her own. No good. Rebounded by Nora Gessert. Millard West trying to go quick, get back in this ball game before they go to the locker room. Three-pointer now on the way. Got it! Neely Gessert, guess who? And she has lit fire. 15 points here in this first half. Right when you thought Millard West was starting to lose control of this ball game, down by 12, Neely Gessert with triple, and triple once again. And now Bellevue West leads by only 3.
I mean, if you don't like what's happening right now, you don't like high school basketball. It's just special.
Darn right. So 56 seconds left to go in the first half. Bellevue West takes a timeout. Again, they're going to talk this over with their girls. Millard West on a 9-0 run themselves. Both teams to retake the floor. Annika Russell-Brown brings it across the timeline. They're on the right wing. Now at the top of the key, gives it over to McVeigh in the left wing. Back to Annika Russell-Brown. Good ball movement around the perimeter. We've seen the same starting 5 for Bell West all day today. Annika Russell-Brown gives it over to Mackenzie Meltzer. Now Russell-Brown feeds it to White. Back to Russell-Brown in the corner. Doesn't take a 3. Driving baseline. Tough layup. No good. Gets her on board. Second chance. Up and in and one for Annika Russell-Brown. And that's all effort. Gets her on board. Puts it back up. Draws the foul and gets it to go. So that is a response there after a run from Millard West. Annika Russell-Brown says, none of that. I'm going to go make a play of my own and get this lead right back where it belongs for Bellevue West. So she's in the line now for one free throw after completing the and one. And it's up and no good off the back part of the iron. Rebounded by Millard West, but there's going to actually be a foul on the floor as they were fighting for that board. That'll be Bellevue West's 4th foul. And now one more away from Millard West entering the bonus. 24 seconds left to go. Millard West can hold it for one last shot if they choose to do so. Nora Gessert across the timeline still has yet to have a bucket in this ball game. We'll see if they get it to her sister, who has 15 points. Now feeding over to Taylor Hansen. 10 seconds left. Kaylee Pavin, left wing, over to Nora Gessert. 5 seconds. Neely Gessert, corner. She'll drive inside. Right-handed floater, no good. Rebound Hansen, second chance, no good, but they're going to say there's a foul.
And man, that was a hard foul too.
Right when the shot clock expired, Taylor Hansen put up a second chance for Millard West. And they're going to say there's a foul right as the buzzer expired. So Millard West catches a big break. They have an opportunity to get points here, cut this lead down going into halftime. So the refs are going to go to the scorers table to check how many seconds are officially on this clock. And we watched the replay up here. It looked like the foul happened literally as the shot clock expired. They might be checking if the whistle went off before or after the buzzer. So they're going to say it did, and they put officially .02 on the clock. So first free throw for Hansen, up and got it. First free throw for her, good. Second one now on the way, and it is no good. Rebounded by Bellevue West. It doesn't matter. Buzzer expires, and that is the end of the first half. A battle here at Pinnacle Bank Arena, but Bellevue West, the number 3 seed for Class A, leads the number 1 seed 31-27. So let's take it up to the booth here real quick. Again, my name is Wilson Dittman alongside my partner, as always, Mason Steinhoff. And Mason, let's start it off with you first. Again, Bellevue West leads by 4. What did you see out there in that first half?
Well, really just a lot of great basketball overall. These are two really good basketball teams. We're going to have a great finish to this game. You know, and we're just witnessing something really special here, Wilson. A lot of great athletes, a lot of offers.
Absolutely. So we talk about Millard West. They came back here in this first half, and it really was in part due to Neely Gessert lining up from three-point range, has 15 points, getting 3 for 5 from the distance. But really, her sister, Nora Gessert, another contributor on this team, has not had a bucket today, 0 for 5. When we look at Bellevue West, a little bit better, especially efficiency shooting-wise. Danny Coyer leads the team in 11 points, 4 for 5 from the field, but it's really distributed all around. I mean, Mia McVeigh with 6, Mackenzie Melcher with 5, Naomi White with 7. They're doing a good job distributing the ball. Really, Millard West only coming from about 1 or 2 players. So if you can stop those, Bellevue West is going to be in for a good second half. But, man, just a phenomenal game. It's going to live up to all the expectations here on Millard South Media. So we're going to put a timer on the screen, folks. We have about 11 minutes until we get to the second half. You're going to want to be here. So set your timer, grab some popcorn, grab a couple snacks, and join us right back here on Millard South Media. Again, you can pop in, listen to the call. You can pop in, just check the score. Anything works here on Millard South Media. Tell your friends, tell your family. It's going to be a great finish. We'll see you then, folks. And welcome in to a little bit of an extended halftime show. We have about 6 minutes here until the second half is underway, but let's just discuss some of the other games we saw today. A lot of champions being crowned. Again, my name is Wilson Dittman alongside my partner Mason Steinhoff. So let's start it off with the first game we covered officially, Lincoln Christian versus Sydney. Lincoln Christian got it done 38-26. Mason, what do you see out there in that ball game? Lincoln Christian with a big victory.
Well, two really good basketball programs that went up against each other there. Both of them really great three-point shooting teams, and really the one that emerged victorious was the one that did more in that category there.
Yeah, Lincoln Christian. It was a defensive battle throughout the ball game. Again, Lincoln Christian won by 12. Sydney with their first appearance in the state title game in 40 years, and unfortunately couldn't get it done. But Lincoln Christian, the hometown crowd definitely took advantage as well. There's a lot more Lincoln Christian fans here than Sydney, so they get done there in that game. Let's just talk about Class B a little bit further and what a game that was. Elkhorn North inches out Omaha Skutt Catholic 49-47 in a very close ball game in which Skutt led for the majority of that game. Elkhorn North with a couple big buckets around the stretch, and wow, they win their fourth straight. Britt Prince goes down in history as one of the best girls players ever in this state, Mason.
Yeah, Skutt was leading for quite a while there, and Elkhorn North just did what they've been doing year after year after year, and they made the comeback to make it a four-peat.
And let's just talk about that C2 game that you called a little bit ago, UTAN getting it done against Crofton.
Yeah, really just UTAN taking care of business. They really did just everything their coaches asked them to. For Crofton, could have been better. But really UTAN was much more deserving of that win, their first, obviously, in program history.
So I was going to talk about some college basketball scores. This is the first time I've seen any of this today. Creighton gets it done against number 5 Marquette. I did not see. I haven't checked my phone at all today. It's a big win for Creighton. Again, you see it right here. See if you guys can see on the screen the Creighton. The Jays here.
Try to boost that tournament resume even more.
Let's look at some other top games here in college basketball. Men's. South Carolina gets it done against Florida 82-76. Ranked battle there. And then Baylor knocks off number 7 Kansas 82-74. So, again, some upsets already in college basketball. I mean, not too much other going on today. North Carolina gets done against NC State. Duke takes care of business against Virginia. So, not too much going on. Look at the slate tomorrow. Seton Hall playing UConn. Nebraska, I believe. Fresh my memory. Rutgers, I believe, at home. Here at Pinnacle Bank. They're going to play here tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow.
So we're sitting right here where Nebraska will play tomorrow against Rutgers. Hopefully they get that victory. And that'll be good for the state if Nebraska and Creighton are both represented in the men's tournament. Hey, they could probably both make it for the women's tournament as well. So that'll be good for basketball here in the state of Nebraska. And there's a lot of good players on the floor right now who may go to either program. We talk about the Gessert twins for Millard West. They both have offers from Nebraska and Creighton, along with Wyoming, Iowa State, some other notable programs. Would not be surprised to see them commit in-state, whether that's to Lincoln or stay in Omaha to go to Creighton. So something to watch out when you're listening to this game going forward, that those Gessert twins, they're probably a package deal. They're probably a package deal, Mason.
Yeah. When you have as many offers as they do, that just goes to show alone what kind of basketball players they are.
And there's a lot of things you can't teach. I talk about all the time, like just the height in them as well. They're not short guards. You're 6 foot tall, but they have great ball handles. I mean, this is my endorsement here. They're great basketball players, and they're going to be great in college as well. But when we look at Bellevue West, a lot of other great talented players for them as well. We have Naomi White, who is a Grand Canyon University commit, and then we have a couple other commits around there, whether that's Kenzie Melcher or Danny Coyer, going to also play basketball at the next level. So both teams retaking the floor here. 2 minutes left to go in halftime. Bellevue West up by 4. And it should be noted, this is our last stream tonight. I want to thank you all for joining us throughout today for Class C1, Class B, Class C2, and then Class A. But we will be back next week right here at Pinnacle Bank Arena, same spot. We're going to be covering the boys' state title games. We'll also be covering state semifinal games. So Friday and Saturday of next week, watch out for that here on Millard South Media. We'll have that for you. And so, again, watch out for that. We're going to have that all covered. And then please follow us on our socials if you don't already to get some information about upcoming streams. I know a lot of people who are watching are probably Millard South fans, as we are Millard South Media. We also have baseball season coming up. We have soccer season coming up for the first time ever. Millard South Media will cover soccer for the program, so we're going to stream a couple games. We'll see how that goes. Let's see if they can get a couple victories for us. So watch out for that. We're going to have a lot of stuff planned in the rest of the semester. Again, I know football season's over. I know basketball season's over. Those are the two highlights. But there's still a lot more planned, a lot more stuff to wrap up for Millard South Media. We still got a lot planned, and again, we're trying to make this the best possible because I mean, a lot of us running this program, we're seniors, and we're trying to have some good memories. We went to college, so that is our little update here for Millard South Media. And with that is our halftime show. So unfortunately, say goodbye to these faces. We will not see us here on this face cam until post game. And now let's get rid of it. And we'll take it back down to the court. So about 20 seconds left to go here in halftime. Both teams retaking the floor in their huddles. Bellevue West leads by 4 over Millard West. Bellevue West in their all purples. Millard West their counterpart in the all white. Again, if Millard West won today, it would be their first ever girls basketball state title ever. And then Bellevue West, it would be their first since 2010. So a new champion, at least a new champion in the last decade, is going to be crowned today.
So either way, it'd be a special treat for both these programs.
Absolutely. So both teams retaking the floor, and let's get this thing started. 16 minutes left to go in this ball game. 8 minutes in this quarter, 8 minutes in the next to crown a Class A state champion. The Thunderbirds inbound. They'll have possession here to start off this second half. Annika Russell-Brown on the left wing, guarded closely by Neely Gessert. Working, screen is set by Coyer. Now goes all the way around the court. Tough layup, no good. She was fouled on the way down. Annika Russell-Brown does a good job finding a gap in the defense, forcing the contact. Makes a nice play to get to the rack. That'll go on Neely Gessert. And that is her third personal foul. So Neely Gessert with 15 points really has been the difference maker for Millard West. Might have to check out. They're going to decide not to do it. They'll risk it. Neely Gessert with 3, however. That's something to watch, folks. Annika Russell-Brown makes the first free throw. Second one now on the way for her. No good. Rattles off. Neely Gessert with the board. Gives over to sister Nora. Nora across the timeline. Guarded by Mulcher on the right wing. And now gives it over to Callie at the top of the key. Trying to find separation. Works inside. Hansen at the free throw line. Puts him at mid-range. No good. Gets her own rebound. And Millard West is going to reset with another chance. Nora Gessert. 3-pointer at the top of the key. No good as well. And that'll be off of a Thunderbird, and it will stay with Millard West. So the T-Birds not had an ability to get aboard here in the second half. And Millard West with back-to-back second chances. They inbound to Nora Gessert on the right wing. Guarded closely by Kenzie Melcher. Now gives it over to sister Neely. Neely. No good. Rebounded again by Neely Gessert. Second chance. And it'll come down Bellevue West. Millard West has not had the opportunity to really take advantage of some good looks. So Bellevue West bursts across the timeline. It hits the leg of Annika Russell-Brown. It'll be off of a Millard West defender, however. And they're going to inbound along the midline. Bellevue West is going left to right here at Pinnacle Bank Arena. They give it over to Naomi Brown at the top of the key. Now Mia McVeigh on the left wing. Guarded closely by Payman. Now Annika Russell-Brown back over to McVeigh. McVeigh working off a screen. Good defense by Payman. Has to give it back to Annika Russell-Brown. She'll drive inside. Finds a lane. Blocked. But there's going to be another foul. And that'll go on Taylor Hansen.
She's done a very nice job of drawing those fouls, sending her way to the line.
Absolutely. Yeah, we saw that already twice here in the second half. Annika Russell-Brown going to the line.
Very aggressive and physical basket player.
The Bellevue West student section does not like it. First free throw for Annika Russell-Brown. Got it. Second one now for her. Rattles home. Seven-point lead now for Bellevue West. Millard West trying to drive on their side of the court. Callie Ott driving, left-handed layup, somehow rolls in. Callie Ott, shooter's touch off the glass.
And Callie Ott just last September committed to Fort Hays State.
Absolutely, yep. A lot of talent again on both teams. So Bellevue West on their end misses a layup. Millard West bringing it across, going quick, and just a bad pass from Nora Gessert. A little bit of miscommunication. And Bellevue West will take over. So Annika Russell-Brown across the Husker logo. Gives over to Mia McVeigh. Mia McVeigh on the left wing. Over to Mackenzie Mulcher at the top of the key. Good ball moving around the perimeter. Now Naomi White has it on the corner. Driving baseline. Puts up a tough layup. Swatted away by Millard West. Callie Ott got a hand on it. Nora Gessert's time now. She'll maneuver her way inside the paint. Has trouble with the pass. It'll stay with Millard West. Callie Ott will reset. Callie Ott on the free throw line. Gives it back over to Nora. Nora trying to feed her sister Neely. It's poked free by Mia McVeigh. Active hands. So it'll stay with Millard West. It went out on a Bellevue West player. 14 seconds left to go on the shot clock. 5 minutes left to go here in the third quarter. The inbound to Taylor Hansen on the wing. Neely Gessert drops a defender, and she was wide open in the paint. Neely Gessert up to 17 points here in this ball game. Mackenzie Bolcher now on the right wing. Gives it over to Mia McVeigh. Trying to feed Danny Coyer inside, botting an opponent, and no good. Danny Coyer had a really good look. About a couple inches taller than the person guarding her, and she just misses it. So now Millard with a chance to tie if they hit a three-pointer. Callie Ott with a scoop layup, and that rattles home again. Shooter's touch. I mean, that hit the rim about 5 times before dropping. And Millard West has cut this lead to only 1. Naomi White driving inside, tough layup, no good. Danny Coyer gets her own rebound. But it'll go out of bounds. Millard West poked it free. It'll stay with Bellevue West. Millard West is on a 6-0 run over the last 2 minutes. So now Mulcher with it at the top of the key. Gives it over to Annika Russell-Brown. Annika Russell-Brown throws it all the way over to the left corner. Mia McVeigh back to Naomi White. Thunderbirds taking their time. Naomi White gives it over to Danny Coyer. Three-pointer on the wing. Got it again! Danny Coyer, 3 for 3 from three-point land.
And the crowd is loving that.
Millard West now trying to get right back in it. Callie Ott driving baseline. Feeds it over to Neely Gessert. Tough floater foul, and she'll go to the line for 2. She put a shot up that almost looked like it was going to drop, just rattle away. So Neely Gessert. Basically the reason why Millard West is in this game. And she has 17 points. The rest of Millard West starters have 14 combined. So she has more than everybody else on the team. So there's going to be a timeout on the T-Birds. They're going to talk this one over with the troops. Up by 4, Neely Gessert will go to the line when we get back. Or excuse me, that was a media timeout. So we're going to take a quick break with them. Tell your parents, tell your friends, tell your family. Tune into this one. This is going to be a phenomenal finish, folks. We'll be right back. And real quick, I want to thank our sponsor, Erickson Cedarstrom, providing you 55 years of legal excellence. If you want the best legal work in the city of Omaha, state of Nebraska, or United States, please go over to Erickson Cedarstrom. Both teams retaking the floor here at Pinnacle Bank Arena. Bellevue West As you can see on the screen, leads 37-33 over Millard West. However, Neely Gessert is at the line for two. Neely Gessert at the line for two. First free throw on the way. All nets for Neely. Trying to cut down this Bellevue West lead and get right back in it. Second one now for Neely Gessert, up and in. Bellevue West only up by 2. Their biggest lead today has been 12. Mackenzie Mulcher has it on the right wing. Now drifting. Gives over to Mia McVeigh. Passes up a good look from 3. Drives inside right-handed floor. Got it! Mia McVeigh with a nice bucket. She's up to 8 points today. Now Nora Gessert finds a lapse in the Bellevue West defense, and she finally gets her first bucket. Mulcher over to Annika Russell-Brown. She's working inside, kicks it over to McVeigh. Passes up a 3, back over to Annika Russell-Brown. Working on the right corner, now drives baseline. Tough layup, no good. Rebound, Danny Coyer. Second chance, no good. They're going to call a foul on the floor, however. And that's going to go on Millard West.
So both squads shooting similar numbers from the field. Millard West 37% and Bellevue West 42%.
So Danny Coyer's at the line after the foul. She goes to the line and hits the first one. Danny Coyer has been the model of efficiency today. And she's shooting very well from the field, 5 for 7. 3 for 3 from three-point land, and now 2 for 2 with the free throws with that make. So Millard West will inbound. They're going right to left. Nora Gessert brings it across the Husker logo. Trying to get right back in this game and tie it up. Nora Gessert pulls trigger on a three-pointer, no good. Both teams fighting for the board. Bellevue West gets under it. Mackenzie Mulcher gives her to Naomi White. Maneuvering. Now Annika Russell-Brown the right wing. Working with her left hand. Hands it off to Mulcher. Bellevue West taking their time. Feeding Danny Coyer now inside. Kicks it over to Annika Russell-Brown in the corner. She'll drive baseline. Now back to Mulcher. She pulls her trigger on 3. Not even a chance. Air ball. Neely Gessert with the board, and she'll bring it across the midcourt. Now to her sister Nora. Nora sending up the offense, commanding a screen. They're going to call what looks like a off-the-ball foul on Bellevue West. They'll go on Melcher. Only her second. Almost every single starter for Bellevue West has 2 fouls. Russell Brown only with 1. Bellevue West inbounds, or excuse me, Millard West inbounds. They give it over to Pavin, who's trying to work inside. It's poked free by a Bellevue West defender, Russell Brown, and it'll stay with Millard West. So Millard West will inbound under their own hoop. They give it over to Neely Gessert. She hands it off, or excuse me, fakes hands off to her sister, now drives and gets the bucket to go. Neely Gessert once again up to 21 points. Bellevue West now has it. Feeds Mulcher at the top of the key. Working off the screen. Guarded by Hansen. Now over to McVeigh. Back over to Naomi White. She has it at the top. Over to Russell Brown. Russell Brown, three-pointer on the way. No good. Rebounded by Pavin. Millard West with an opportunity to tie or take the lead here with the triple. Nora Gessert on the Husker logo, setting up the offense. Screen coming. She loses the ball for a second. They're going to say it's off of Mulcher, and Bellevue West fans not happy about it. Hot to inbound. Gives it over to Nora Gessert at the top of the key. Guarded by Mulcher. Now to Neely, her sister. Neely, three-pointer on the way for the lead. No good. Rebounded by Russell Brown. They give it over to White. Now McVeigh. McVeigh on the left wing. Back over to Naomi White. Naomi White with a behind-the-back crossover, working baseline, and now it has to kick over to McVeigh. 1 minute left to go here in the third quarter. Bellevue West has it, going left to right. Now a three-pointer on the way by Mulcher. No good. A Bellevue West T-Bird falls down, trying to fight for the board. Both teams wanted a foul on the opposing. So now Millard West with another opportunity to tie this one up. Neely Gessert driving inside, working her way. There's a foul on the floor. Excuse me, a travel. That'll go on Neely Gessert. So a minute left to play here in the third quarter. Bellevue West leads by 2, and they'll bring it across the timeline with Annika Russell Brown. She only has 5 points today, 1 for 7 from the field, but she's been great commanding the offense. Annika Russell Brown over to the shooting guard, Naomi White. Naomi White at the top of the key. Now back over to Annika. A little back and forth action. Gets separation off a screen, feeds Coyer on a give and go. Give and go on the wing. Gives it right back over to White. White crossover, mid-range J. No good. Rebounded by Gessert. Shot clock is off. Millard West can hold to get one last look, down by 2, with an opportunity to tie or take the lead. 20 seconds left to go. Shot clock is completely off. Nori Gessert has it at the top of the key, being closely guarded by Kenzie Mulcher. Now gives it over to Kaylee Pavin. Kaylee Pavin back over now to Taylor Hansen. Back to Hansen. Hansen driving inside, right-handed scoop layup. Foul and 1! Taylor Hansen with the equalizer and a chance to take the lead. To do that amidst the contact is impressive. And Taylor Hansen has had a little bit of a rough game, has not really gotten going like she usually does. Hits a big shot. So now Taylor Hansen's at the line. She's averaging 80% from the charity stripe this year. With an opportunity to take the lead. It's up and it is good. 5 seconds left to go. Bellevue West inbounds over to Mulcher. Now they give it to Annika Russell Brown. She's trying to drive inside. Has to put something up. Tough layup, no good. And that will be the end of the third quarter. Millard West up by 1 point. 42-41 over Bellevue West. And I know one thing, folks. It is going to be a phenomenal finish here at Millard South Media. Mason, what'd you see out there?
Well, just recently, I think Millard West has really just upped their defensive game. They're playing as a team right now, as are both of them, as we see with the scoreboard. Close game, but really just great basketball game under here. Great athletes that we are just witness to right now.
Absolutely. Both teams very similar shooting the ball. We talk about the difference between the three-pointers has really been the reason Bellevue West has dominated, but Millard West coming back in this ballgame now leads by 1. Bellevue West shooting over 50% from three-point land. Millard West only at 25%.
And both are taking advantage at the free throw line. I think Bellevue West 75% from there, and then Wildcats 73%. Like you were saying, they're shooting very similar.
It should be noted that Neely Gessert with 3 fouls for the Wildcats. If I'm the T-Birds, I'm trying to go after her every single possession, see if you could draw a couple easy fouls, potentially have her foul out, because she's really been the only reason they're in this ball game with already 20-plus points. So the T-Birds will retake the floor, down by 1. Both the Millard West fans and Bellevue West fans alike are trying to hype up their respective teams. Here we go. 8 minutes of basketball left. A Class A state championship will be crowned very soon. Will it be number 1, Millard West, or number 3, Bellevue West?
This is March. And this is high school basketball.
Millard West inbounds along the timeline, and Nora Gessert has it on the Husker logo. Nora Gessert working her way around the perimeter, now trying to drive inside, being double-teamed by Bellevue West. You'll have to kick it over to Pavin. Now right back over to Nora Gessert at the three-point line. Pass up a good look from three. Now over to Taylor Hanson. Taylor Hanson passes it over to Kaylee Pabin. Kaylee Pabin directing the offense. Now feeds Callie Ott. Over to Gessert. Pump fake. Drives inside. Now feeds Pabin. Pabin puts up a mid-range. No good, but there's a foul on the way up. And that is a foul you could not afford to have if you were the T-Birds. So Pavin at the line for two. First one up and in. Again, been a great free throw shooter for Millard West all year long, averaging 70%. Now her second one on the line, got it as well. Millard West up to a 3-point lead. Naomi White gives over to Mia McVeigh, now on the left wing. Back over to Naomi White. She's trying to drive inside. Tough layup. And they're going to call a charge on her. She's had to drive inside, push Nora Gessert to the ground. And it's a lot of these mistakes for Bellevue West that are starting to compound. The Millard West student section is alive.
Bellevue West has got to stay focused. They've got to stay locked in.
So Millard West now with the ball. Callie Otto bringing it across the timeline. Up by 3 points. Trying to extend this lead. Being conservative offensively. No need to rush things. Gives over to Pavin on the corner. Puts up a three-pointer. No good. Rebounded by Naomi White of Bellevue West. Now pushing the pace. Fast break. One-on-one. Puts up a left-handed layup. No good. That is a killer if you're a T-Bird.
And I would have liked to see Bellevue West kick it out from beyond the arc there. They had someone wide open that wanted the basketball.
Nora Gessert passes up a three. Gives it over to Pavin now, who just is coming off of a missed triple. She's working all the way around the perimeter. Feeds Taylor Hanson on a backdoor cut. Naomi White with active hands, and they're going to say it's off of Hanson. It will be a T-Bird basketball. So the ref still arguing the call. We just showed the replay. Pinnacle is clearly off of Millard West, but they're going to say it's Millard West ball. So Neely Gessert now with a three. No good. Oh, rattles home. It looked no good from our perspective, but Neely Gessert connects once again. She's up to 24. And Millard West with their biggest lead today, up 6.
We are witnessing stardom right now. Neely Gessert, very bright future.
This second half has been all Millard West. They were down by 4 at halftime, and they've just come back, and it's been due in part to Neely Gessert.
And Bellevue West, I mean, they were keeping this game close. They had the lead. It's just slipping from their hands right now, and they just can't have that happen. They have got to refocus.
And it's really just been some of their star players have not been able to get anything to fall. We've seen Naomi White, who's really their best player, has not been able to get anything going. A lot of heat checks, a lot of bad layups, and same thing with Annika Russell-Brown, who's 1 for 8 today, only 5 points. And really the reason why they led in that first half was their ability to shoot the three. They have not even attempted a three as of recent. They're still shooting over 50%, but not getting any good looks. So Millard West, after starting very slow in this Class A state title, up by 6 with 6 minutes remaining. The Millard West student section is getting hype. So Bellevue West will inbound, coming off of their own timeout. They have 2 remaining. The inbound over to Annika Russell-Brown on the right wing. Back over to Naomi White, now at the top of the key, guarded by Neely. Trying to feed Danny Coyer inside, nice move, and she connects. Danny Coyer has been the only woman on this Bellevue West team to come up clutch consistently. Now Millard West. Nora Gessert on the wing, working off of a screen. Only 2 points today to her name, but has done a great job commanding this offense. Loses the basketball, gives it over to her sister Neely. Neely now with it at the top of the key. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Nora with on the right wing. They need to put up a basket soon. Gives over to her sister Neely. She's going to drive inside. Over to Ott. Has trouble with it. 2 seconds. Crazy three-pointer. No good, air ball. And just a miscommunication. Millard West had nothing going on in that possession. So White will inbound. She gives it over to Annika Russell-Brown and brings it across the timeline. Now over to McVeigh on the left wing for Bellevue West. Over to Mulcher on the right wing. Mulcher back to McVeigh. McVeigh to Coyer. Working all around the perimeter. Annika Russell-Brown. Pass to White. Sets a screen for her. Crossover, long mid-range. Got it. Naomi White, nice bucket. Cuts the lead of Millard West only down to 2.
It's those mid-range shots as Bellevue West has really done a good job of executing. Maybe that's the way you get back into this basketball game, or even take the lead, tie it up.
Taylor Hansen now. Tough pass to the corner, three-pointer on the way. Got it! Kaylee Pabin with a long three-pointer in the right corner. Millard West up to a 5-point lead. Bellevue West trying to find a response of their own. Annika Russell-Brown trying to drive inside, kicks it over to Mulcher. Three-pointer on the way. Got it! Back-to-back triples for both squads. They're trading blows.
Now this is offensive basketball. This is what I love to see. This is what energizes this environment.
Nora has it for Millard West. She falls to the ground. No foul is called. Picks up her dribble. Gives it over to her sister Neely. Neely, spin the hot hand all today. Kicks over the court. Three-pointer on the way for Taylor Hansen. No good. Rebounded by Bellevue West, but it goes off of Mia McVeigh. Missed opportunity from the T-Birds. So Millard West will inbound, up 2 points with under 4 minutes to play in this ballgame. They give it over to Neely Gessert, who has it on the left wing. Now throws it over to Pabin. Pabin. Now back over to Hansen. Shot clock is reset. Plenty of time. About 23 seconds to get some going. Neely Gessert. Dribbling the basketball. Has trouble with it. Guarded closely by Mulcher. This is the defense we saw early on in this ballgame from Bellevue West. Very physical. Now Nora Gessert. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Needs to get some to go. Throws it all the way over to her sister Neely. 5 seconds. Long three-pointer. No good. Rebound Bellevue West. Annika Russell-Brown over to Naomi White. Trying to drive inside. Over to Danny Coyer. The three-pointer on the way. No good. Rebounded by Nora Gessert. Both teams with missed opportunities off wide-open threes. 3 minutes to play in this ballgame. Nora Gessert. Three-pointer on the wing. Got it! Nora Gessert!
And if someone's going to come up clutch for Millard West, you got to assume it's going to be the Gessert twins, and they did just that.
Bellevue West, three-pointer on the way for them now. Contested, no good. Fighting for the board, they don't get it. Millard West up 5, and they'll bring it across the timeline. Nora Gessert has it on the Husker logo right across midcourt. Gives it over to Callie Ott. Now to Neely Gessert. Neely Gessert working off a screen. Guarded closely by Naomi White. To her sister Nora. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Over to Neely. Three-pointer on the way. Dagger! Neely Gessert once again. And Millard West extends their lead to 8.
I mean, is this like Caitlin Clark in disguise or what, Wilson? This is crazy.
We talked about pregame how good these Gessert twins are, and it has just been a show. Back and forth ball game throughout this one, but the difference was Nora and Neely Gessert when they started to hit their threes. Millard West almost unbeatable. Now they're up by 8. So you got to think, Bellevue West almost down by double digits. You've got to start connecting from three-point land. You got to stop the Twins. It's the only way.
And they're looking pretty unstoppable right now, the Wildcats. All the momentum you'd ever need, all the momentum in the world.
Bellevue West uses their second to last timeout, now with only one. Millard West, however, as you see on the screen, has 4 timeouts remaining. Bellevue West will inbound. We'll bring it across the timeout, 2 minutes remaining. Annika Hustler-Brown trying to drive inside, looking for a bucket, gets the layup to go. Annika Russell-Brown needed that one. Now Millard West will bring it across half court. Kaylee Ott. Crossover, working inside. Trying to get to Hansen, has trouble with the basketball. And there's going to be a timeout by Millard West, head coach Mark Kruger. And they had a little bit of a trouble in the paint. That was a good timeout to call. 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here on Millard South Media. Officially 1 minute 40 left remaining. Millard West, you got to think, they're a couple points away. If you can just hit one more big three or get a couple stops defensively, this one's over. And they will be the victors. Bellevue West trying to make that not happen. Again, they still have a lot of fight left in them. This is a very senior-heavy Bellevue West squad. This is the last game a lot of their girls will be playing ever. And they're trying to end with a positive memory. Again, every single starting player for the T-Birds, all seniors. When you look at Millard West, however, most of them are juniors. That's the difference in this ball game. The Gessert twins are only juniors. They will be back next year for Millard West. You got to watch out for that. So both teams ready to take the floor. Millard West to inbound under their own hoop. They throw it up to Callie Ott, who feeds Pavin on a backdoor cut. No good layup. They gets her on board. Second chance. No good. Gets her on board again. Third chance. No good. Going to bounce. And it'll be Bellevue West basketball. My goodness. Pavin missed it. Own rebound. Missed it. Own rebound and missed it again. Bellevue West catches a break. Annika Russell-Brown across the timeline on the left wing. Now go over to McVeigh. Back over to Russell-Brown. Russell-Brown feeds Mulcher. Good ball movement around the perimeters. Back and forth action. Now Amber Brown with the three. Got it! Annika Russell-Brown connects from three-point land, and Bellevue West is right back in this one. The Wildcats need something to fall. Callie Ott has it on the Husker logo. Bellevue West trapping the Gessert twins. Minute left to go in this ball game. It's going to come down to the final buzzer. Nora Gessert on the right wing. Tries to find a kick it out to somebody. Three-pointer down the way. No good. There's going to be a foul on the floor, and it'll be Bellevue West ball. So missed three-pointer by Kaylee Pavin results in a over the back by Millard West. It'll be on Ott, her third. Now Bellevue West down by 3, 50 seconds remaining. Will bring it across the timeline with a chance to tie. Annika Russell-Brown on the right wing. Over to Naomi White. Naomi White back to Russell-Brown. Russell-Brown feeding White. White, who drives inside. Puts up a tough layup, and she's fouled on the way up. So a high percentage play. They're going to take the bucket. So that's going to send Naomi White to the line, and she is one of the best free throw shooters in all of Class A, averaging 90%. Got to hit both of these if you're a T-Bird. First one for White. Got it. All net. Should be noted, both teams at 2 fouls here in this fourth quarter. None of them really in trouble there. Second one for Naomi White. Up and got it as well. 36 seconds left. Millard West is up by 1. You got to expect the T-Birds to start to foul here or force a turnover. On across the timeline, gives it over to Neely Gessert. They're going to let this shot clock run down. And their coach, Bellevue West head coach, not happy, screaming at his girls.
Yeah, fired up, stomping his foot.
I think he wanted them to foul immediately, and they let about 10 valuable seconds run down the clock.
Obviously a reason to be mad there.
So that will be a Millard West timeout with officially 24 seconds left in this ball game. Let's set the scene for you. Millard West, when we come back, we'll have an inbound. And they will have an opportunity to probably go to the free throw line to bring it back to a 3-point lead. Bellevue West has come storming back after the Gessert twins lit fire late in this fourth quarter. Both teams looking for a big state title. Millard West fighting for their first ever, Bellevue West for their first in over a decade. 24 seconds. Again, a full timeout charged by Millard West. You got to think Mark Kruger, head coach for the Wildcats, talking it over with his girls. This is going to be a phenomenal finish. Everybody tell your friends, tell your family. Tune in here on Millard South Media.
Yeah, this is just edge of your seat basketball.
So here we go. Bellevue West has one more foul to give. Millard West to inbound. Nora Gessert will do the job. She gives it over to Callie Ott, and they're going to foul her immediately. So now with 23 seconds.
Callie Ott only with 4 points scored this game. If you want to foul.
So here we go. Ott to inbound, gives over to Hanson on the right wing. They're not going to foul her immediately. I think they're just trying to find a trap, and now they foul Nora Gessert. That's not the person you want to send to the line. Nora Gessert averaging 80% from the charity stripe. And that's going to force a Bellevue West timeout to talk things over. That is their final timeout in this ball game. So Nora Gessert will go to the line for 2 free throws. If she hits both, it's a 3-point lead for Millard West. Then Bellevue West has a chance to either, one, go down the court, get a quick 2, or potentially take a 3-pointer that will tie up this ball game. Just a great game. And we've seen some phenomenal games today, whether that's Class B and whether that's Class A. This is exactly what you want from high school basketball, especially at the highest level with everything on the line. So again, a full timeout by Bellevue West. That is their last. 2 left for Millard West. The Wildcats are up by 2, or excuse me, up by 1, but they're going to the charity line. Here we go. Both teams retake the floor. Nora Gessert, who averages 83% from the free throw line, has an opportunity to extend their lead to 3 points. Nora Gessert with the biggest free throws of her young career. First one. On the way for her. Rattles no good. Nora Gessert. Uncharacteristic miss.
Something you just do not see very often.
And if you're Bellevue West and she misses this free throw, I got to get the board. Nora Gessert, second free throw on the way. No, misses it well. Bellevue West is bringing it across the timeline with a chance to take the lead. And Naomi White is fouled. Unbelievable. Nora Gessert misses both free throws. She can't believe it. So foul on the floor.
And that was a smart foul by Bellevue West.
Absolutely.
They wanted to slow things down there. They didn't want
Here we go.
West to go fast.
Annika Russell-Brown to inbound. 15 seconds left to go. It's poked free by Gessert. She'll bring it across the other end. They have to foul her immediately, and they do just that. Nora Gessert with redemption after missing those 2 free throws. Forces a steal, and she'll go right back to the free throw line. I mean, she just came out of nowhere to poke that free from Naomi White. So 10 seconds left to go.
And you have to think she's most likely going to make these in her second chance.
She misses again. Nora Gessert has went completely cold. Here we go, 10 seconds remaining. Nora Gessert, second free throw on the way. It is up, and it is no good once again. White will bring it down the floor, 8 seconds, and she's fouled again. Millard West had one final foul to give, and they do just that. 7 seconds remaining officially, 7.4. Bellevue West getting signals from their head coach, Dane Bacon. Here we go. It's going to come down to the last shot. The refs are going to have a quick stoppage. They're going to talk this one over. We'll have the face cam here for the final seconds of this one. I thought you guys.
Yeah, they had to change the scoreboard here at Pinnacle. They had Millard West with 57.
Yep.
They had to put that back down to 56.
So here we go. 7 seconds remaining. Annika Russell-Brown to inbound. Chance to take the lead and win this ball game. Throws it up to McVeigh. Has trouble with the pass. Ball go out of bounds, and it'll be Millard West ball. Another steal takeaway by the Wildcats. McVeigh wants them to challenge it. It was close. We're seeing the instant replay. Ooh, it looks like it's off of Millard West. Really does look like it's off of Millard West. They do. Yeah, clearly off of Millard West. They said it was off of Bellevue West.
And that is a completely unbiased take, just so you all know.
Absolutely. We saw it right here. So 5 seconds remaining. Another timeout by Millard West. And they can't review that call. They cannot review that call. It was clearly off of Millard West. That was a missed call. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I mean, great job. Let's give credit where credit's due. Calliot with a great job going up for that ball to poke it free. But it was clearly off of her in the crowd. I mean, that might have cost Bellevue West a state title. That might have just happened. So again, no instant replay, unfortunately, in the state title game. Bellevue West is going to have to somehow corral themselves and talk this one over with their girls. Forget about it. Nora Gessert will inbound. Bellevue West has got to foul them immediately with 5 seconds remaining. Here we go. Gessert to inbound across the midline. Bellevue West playing press defense. You can expect to see a foul just right away. Nora Gessert to inbound, looking for somebody, gives it over to Ott, and she is fouled right away. Or excuse me, that's her sister, Neely Gessert. So Neely Gessert with officially 4.2 seconds on the clock. We roll the line for a pair. She's averaging 84% from the free throw line this year.
Millard West with the smart move, inbounding it to Neely.
First one for Neely Gessert. Got it. Ice in her veins. Man, oh man, she's up to 28 points today. 2-point lead. 4 seconds remaining. Second free throw for Neely Gessert. On the way. Got it. Bellevue West going to have to throw something up. They inbound it over to Naomi White. The ball is rolling. She'll pick it up across the midline. 3 seconds. 2 seconds. 1 second. Long three-pointer. No good. It's over. It's over. Bellevue West falls to Millard West. And the Wildcats have claimed their first ever state title for girls basketball in phenomenal fashion. It went down to the final buzzer just as like we predicted, Mason. And at the end of the day, the Gessert sisters were too much to handle for Bellevue West. And the Wildcats are champions for the first time.
Yeah, I mean, high school basketball just does not get better than what we just witnessed.
Unbelievable. I mean, Bellevue West, they had so many opportunities to get back in this ball game. Nora Gessert had 2 trips to the free throw line, and she missed both of them on consecutive occasions. And let's give credit where credit is due. Millard West with 2 clutch steals to really sink this game and ice it.
But with that being said, both teams played a phenomenal basketball game. Both teams deserve to be here today. And Millard West seemed like they wanted it more. That's why they won. That's why they're Class A state champions.
Absolutely. About as good as it gets. Millard West, crown victors here at Pinnacle Bank Arena in phenomenal fashion. What a game, folks. And they're getting right to it, cutting down the net. A lot of tears on the court. And again, let's give some credit to Bellevue West as a very senior-heavy team. It felt like it was now or never for their squad, and unfortunately, they couldn't get it done. It went down to the final buzzer. They fought very hard. They made a great run in the state. It wasn't enough, Mason.
Yeah.
And we talk about Millard West. They have a couple seniors on this team, whether that's Taylor Hansen or whether that's Callie Ott. but they're returning 3 of the 5 starters, including the Gessert twins, who will be going into their senior year next winter. So they will be right back, and they're looking to potentially repeat. I mean, well, let's not get ahead of ourselves, but that's going to be the storyline off season, is them repeating next year. So just a phenomenal game. Everything you'd expect from a Class A title. Millard South gets it done last year. Millard West gets it done this year. And, I mean, anything else to add, Mason?
I mean, this is pure basketball at its finest.
Absolutely. So that'll be it for us here at Millard South Media. Again, the final score, Millard West 58, Bellevue West 55. Real quick, I want to thank everybody who's tuned in over the last 4 broadcasts today. It was really a pleasure bringing it to you, whether that is me, Wilson Dittman, Mason Steinhoff here on the call. We have James Kramer, who's not with us, and then Connor Rhodes, who's producing for us behind the scenes. You can't see him, but he's done a great job today. And we will be back next week for boys basketball semifinals and championship games. And again, watch out for that one. It's gonna be fun next week as well. So again, mark your calendar. Be here on Millard South Media. Once again, Millard South Media. We'd like to congratulate Millard West. Phenomenal season. They deserve this. We're happy to see them cut down the nets. So we will see you folks next week for the boys.